Unsurprisingly, no free fire at my local cinemas this weekend, so Ghost in the Shell it is. Ghost in the Shell is a new film starring Scarlett Johanssen. It's based off a manga of the same name, and I have not seen the manga. I have not seen anything Ghost in the Shell related before seeing this film, so that's my disclaimer once again. I haven't seen everything, okay? I like that though. I like the fact that I'm not seeing the Ghost in the Shell stuff, so I can judge this film as its own thing and not worry about it being a good adaptation. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was actually contemplating skipping this film because I'm trying to be a little bit more selective with some of the cinema trips I have this year. And with Ghost in the Shell, the trailers just didn't really appeal that much to me. I didn't really get wowed by the trailer, so I was actually contemplating skipping this film and going to watch Free Fire instead, but like I said, that didn't come to any of my local cinemas, so I went to see Ghost in the Shell instead. And it turns out that I should have just stayed at home because I didn't really like Ghost in the Shell that much. Now, visually speaking, this film is amazing. The visuals are unbelievable, the CGI is top notch, the futuristic designs of the city, you look at all the skyscrapers have these giant holograms which are pretty much advertisements. Everything about this film visually and stylistically is actually quite excellent. The filmmaking as a whole I have no problems with. It was solidly directed, the cinematography was quite good, everything about this film on a technical aspect, zero problems. It was a really well made movie, it's a technically efficient movie, the visuals, the stylistic nature of the movie was all really good. But then we get to the story of the film, and that's where the entire film sank for me. I did not find the story to be that compelling, I didn't find it to be that interesting, because it's the kind of story that I've seen a few times before. I was watching the film and I was like, I feel like I've seen this film before. Oh yeah, I have, it's called RoboCop. Now before you start shouting and screaming at me, I understand there's a lot of differences between this and RoboCop, especially in terms of the story and some of the directions within the story, I get that. But in terms of the overall premise, where you have a human character who's involved in some kind of accident, they're taken out of their body and into a robot body, and they maintain some of their human qualities, and then eventually the company that made them turns against them and now they have to fight the company that made them. It's pretty much the female version of RoboCop. So I was watching Ghost in the Shell and I was just able to predict the entire plot more or less. It's just the kind of story you've seen a million times before, whether or not it's to do with a robot character or not, with someone trying to find out about their past, where they came from, what happened to them. Seen it all before. Visually and stylistically it is brilliant, it's solidly directed, it's well acted by all the cast, but the lack of compelling story did sink the film for me, so overall I'm gonna go 2.5 out of 5 for Ghost in the Shell. Thanks very much for watching the video as always guys. What did you think of Ghost in the Shell? And for those of you who have seen the original Ghost in the Shell mangas, how does it compare to that? Is it a good live action adaptation of the original Ghost in the Shell source material? Let me know all of your opinions in the comments below, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these links and I'll see you all in the next video.